God damn, Sorachi has the balls to even say in the chapter talking about the bullshit that happened between Nisekoi and Bleach as its recent ending. Now, I know I haven't done a Gintama chapter in like almost like 3 weeks now, and I always apologize, and I always use kind of the same excuses, always like they come out at random times, which they do, but I have to humbly apologize and all that. And pretty much I'm going to be focusing a lot more on chapter 601, but now we finally at chapter 600, and all I really had to say about the 2 chapters that was obviously focusing on that piece of shit, man. Although Katsura was there with his boy and all that, trying to sort everything out about that stuff more, with all, you know, everything that was going down with Utsura, like trying to sort out the plan, trying to unite everyone and all that. Even still, he's a fucking asshole now. Nobunobu, I know you're trying to redeem yourself so hard. And it's like, the 2 were mainly comedy chapters with the whole thing of like, you know, him being on the shit for a lot of the time. And then having like this noble speech about like having like, something is like, oh, I'll be in the same situation with the general. But even still, I didn't really like it. It was a shame that chapter 600 did not get a color page. That was a monumental moment. But, you know, Jump not only fucking around, both like, you know, Gintama slightly and all that, but, you know, like, both Nisekoi and like Bleach had to rough the thing, and we're gonna go right into 601. So definitely I really kind of like that we saw like a little bit of development with Sinbad as they went to go and visit their dad's grave with like his sister, and he's saying, you know, he's become a fine samurai since that day and all that, and it's you know, his son used to be such a crybaby after everything, and the person that used to be his little you know, like a rival little brother and all that, and even there he hasn't shed one tear and is alongside fighting against everyone and all that, and it's like, you know, after everything. And surprisingly, like Kagura got a lot of discrimination in this chapter, like after everything that went down. I was just like, you know, like he's like, I was really surprised, like now like the samurai are fighting back, they're like, no, fuck you aliens, like get off my land. It's like, wow, these like super racism and all that, and it's just like, and thinking about it, saying, we just intruded, then stuck around in the gap, forcefully opened it up ourselves, and it's like, you know, but we've made so many bonds since then and all that, and it's like, not everyone wants that, but it's like, you can definitely tell ever since all the situation has happened, all that, a lot of people are like saying, no, go fuck yourself and all that, like, yeah, on this shit. And just, one of the things is like, Gintoki's been gone for a while and all that, and it's like, hopefully he's finding some kind of clue and all that to sort of like, find out where like Utsuro is and all that, but like, instead, the guy is out there reading fucking the Jump volumes he's been behind on and all that, and he's just like, what the fuck happened when I was out in space, huh, and all that? Like, I'm being in a live action movie, like what the fuck, there's some random fucker named Ogre Shun, and even fucking Gintoki's just like, he's alright, but in terms, you know, he's like, I think, you know, I'm more the cute, you know, fucking Johnny type and all that. I think I'm pretty like some Bishono guy like that. And then even when he's talking about like, which was the fucking funniest thing and all that, he's saying, you know, like saying like, you know, well, fuck about Earth and all that. There's a crisis going on in Jump. We just lost Bleach and Nisekoi and all that, and I became fucking this guy named Shun. Like, is Jump gonna be okay and all that? And like, it's Shinpachi's just like the most worrying thing for Jump is that you're still in there, Gintoki, trust me. And I like that, like even they like Sorachi and all that, he was kind of like, from what everything that we've ever heard about him with like especially with Kubo, is that they were kind of close, that they like, he definitely left a very heartwarming speech and all that when he the last chapter finally went away and all that for like the Bleach and all that, and like definitely it's like, it fucking like Sorachi's the only guy that could do that and generally get away with that kind of shit, like, because such a thing, people fucking adore like that, but like it's Sorachi's calling them out. It's, if Gintama, the own fucking magazine, is calling that stuff out, and it's like, Jump just threw away 2 of their fucking pillars, and it's just like, they know, like they straight up know what happened to him and all that, and they know that they had to wrap it up in a fucking heartbeat, and I really did like that, and it's been like, Sorachi, although he's an asshole a lot of the time with what you see in the interviews, he's very realistic with things, where it's like, you know, look, this is just my perspective and all that, and it's like, I'm not sugarcoating stuff, but when friends of mine or when people I care about and all that kind of get fucked over, I'm kind of like, I'm going to mention it slightly, and like, I don't know, it was just that one panel especially and all that, was just like, you know, like, we've got that, and then they're kind of making fun of the live action movie as well and all that, and it's just like, what the hell is going on over here and all that, and it's just like, seeing all this stuff, and like, I love that, like, Kaga and all them, they were making fun and all that, and it's like, they're making a ton of shit about it, and it's just like, oh, what about the guy and all that, what, that Jean-Claude Van Damme, what about him and all that, couldn't you do the all like that, and it's like, you know, I wanted to play in the movie, and it's like, no, let's just, like, set him up and all that, it's like, let's make him fucking get a Gundam, and they can call him Wamdu, or some shit like that, and it's just like, Mobile Suit Wamdu, and it's just like, that's some bullshit prototype and all that, and it's just like, well, you know, what the hell's going on with this movie, and it's like, anything that they're writing right now probably sounds better than what they've actually got in mind for the live action right now, but I love, like, just right at the end and all that, like, we saw the Naraku was super evading, that's why, like, we hadn't seen any stuff going around, is that they've been infiltrating, and fucking Nobume, like, came back, and it's like, thank God, because I've been wanting to see Nobume for forever. It's like, I've been wondering where the hell she's been and all that for the longest, because it's like, oh, we're back on Earth, so where's Nobume? Like, where she's at? And she's definitely showing how much of the fucking monster she still is and all that with her blade, and it's just like, you know, the country's no pushover, man, and all that, and just like, we gotta do this and all that, and it's like the beginning and the end and all that, and so, you know, the planetary destruction has finally begun and all that for Utsuro and all that, like, what he's planning to do and all that, and very weird because we saw Utsuro with a change of clothing, he's like in some Shogun outfit now, like, he's got the fucking little, like, poop collar, the coat and all that, and he's got his sword by his side, and I was like, that's really interesting. Like, I was like, oh, he's actually, you know, he looks like he's in his chill outfit after, like, being in the sick crow shit and all that for the longest. So, that was interesting, and I'm looking forward to, like, what, like, you know, is going to be going down now. And, you know, the clock is ticking more for, like, Gintama's ending. Like, we saw that, you know, like, Shinpachi kind of had this last little moment saying, like, you've really grown up since this first day and all that. Kagura kind of seeing, like, how she's, like, progressed and all that from the start and all that. That was pretty much, like, all, like, what the last arc was for. And, like, even though we saw, like, Nobume, who was the last person that was kind of waiting for a while, and it's just like, what's everyone going to be doing now on Earth? That's kind of the thing where it's like, we already know that a lot of people, like, people are rebelling and people are having their thing, and we know we've got everything sorted up there, thanks to, you know, the Nobu, thanks to, like, Katsura and all them up there and all that. We pretty much got, like, all that shit sorted out. But regardless, I think the more important thing in this chapter was, never mind its actual stuff talking about chapter, you know, that stuff was kind of cool and all that, like the stuff they were addressing. I like, a major, like, kudos to fucking Sorachi for, like, both, like, being like, come on, with, like, both Nisekoi and Bleach and all that. But Nisekoi had the better end of the stick and all that because it was wrapping itself up, and it was an easier series to wrap up, like, where Bleach had, like, a shit ton of fucking plot phrases and all that. And I know a lot of people that are like, you know, hey, I'm into Gintama, but I don't care too much for Bleach and all that. I know, like, I'm kind of going on, and I know a lot of people are rambling about it, but even still, it just goes to show and all that, that not everyone is, like, gonna say, oh, yeah, just good job, man, thanks for doing that. Like, Sorachi's like, no, fuck you guys and all that. Like, yo, here's my dude and all that. Like, yo, Kubo, like, fuck them and all that. Like, I hope both him and Sorachi fuck off into other magazines. Like, I genuinely, I want, like, some kudeta shit. It's like, yo, I want Kubo to be waiting for him at the bar when he leaves and all that. He exits that office, and he's like, yo, man, I've been hitting up some fucking other people and all that, like Shonen Magazine, Shonen Sunday. They got 2 spots for us, man. How about me and you? We make some new shit like that. We'll make the next Bleach and Gintama. Like, why don't we do it there? And it's like, alright. Like, I want them to be hustling. It's like, yo, we can get the Nisekoi guy if we want to and all that. But, you know, they did a little, I'm not too sure if he'll be with our plan and all that. It's like, we'll try and work some other people in there. Let's try and take, like, if Yuki Tabata goes under and all that, let's take him. Let's take the Kenshin guy. I want some coup d'etat, and I want it to be held up by Kubo and Sorachi. I want this shit going on right now, but honestly, I had a fucking, like, I don't know, just a lot of respect for that. And it's just like, that shows how much one panel can do when it's being mentioned like that, and it's like, definitely loved it and all that, like that. We was going to see a little bit more of that, and hopefully, you know, I know, like, Viz has been teasing the Gintama stuff for a while about the manga, and it's like, come on, like, if you just say yay or nay, like, about the manga, like, 'cause I fucking want it so bad. It's like, even if it's like, I feel like if it's 3-in-1 editions at this point, it's just like, oh, take anything, just give me some material and all that. That's what I want, so definitely looking forward to seeing more and more and more and all that, like, if we do get any more of that. But other than that, I really did like the chapter on two ends, both ways, for Sorachi being a respectful motherfucker. Really loved that, and I've said it before and all that, Gintama is going to hurt my soul, like, really bad. I know, ironic, right? Like, going into it, like, when it ends, but even still, I think Gintama could wrap itself up, even with half the chapters it's got left, while Bleach needed them, so I would have happily been like, if, like, Sorachi saying, like, yo, you take my slots left and all that, so I can wrap things up and all that, give me, like, you know, 7 chapters, I can do this and all that. I feel like Sorachi could do it in 7, like, while, like fucking, like, Kubo needed, like, another, like, 8 to 9, like, even to, like, heck, another 13 chapters to, like, fully get everything, like, settled in and all that. But regardless of what, I did love this a lot and all that, and definitely going to give this chapter an 8 out of 10. I know I didn't talk too much about 599 and like 600, but I do have to say, like, Kubo, like, you know, like, out there and all that, like, I do really say Sorachi had your back, and all I have to say Sorachi is, like, congratulations on 600 chapters. Shame you couldn't get a color page and all that, but that's Jump. Jump will be assholes as always, and they'll always just go and dick suck One Piece to the end of the earth, so it's okay. And also as well, the new series are on there as well, so you kind of had to make way for them, but still, should have made it in there for it. That's what it definitely should have had. But, like, regardless of what, that's the end of the chapter review. Thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.